Alright. It is time for another episode of the King of Cannons. And who is this right here? Who is this? The one and only, the Red Protoss, the King of Cannons, the OG, the King of Spreadsheets as well, in fact. Printf. Up here in the top right hand side, blue Terran player about to become victim. Now, Terran, the race which Printf says is the strongest race against this, and it's actually not potatoes, it's potatos. Potatos. It is the Terran player Potatos. Potatos, some would say. Alright, so this probe's going to come in. Printf does say Terran is the best against this. He feels he needs to stop pretty low probes, 16, 17 at the very most, and go super duper hard to make this work. This was back in the day though, before shield batteries. These days, I feel like he's got a bit more extended play as long as he gets something up with things like shield batteries. Oh, he does not get the cage up. He wanted to get a cage so we could tuck a cannon in, but he can still, of course, throw a cannon on the low ground. Oh, Potatos. I don't think Potatos realizes that's what's happening right now. And that one does get walled. Oh, Printf's slow. Slow on the cancel. What's going on? Is he playing the Brazilian server? He could have got up a cannon with some blocking buildings for sure. And now he goes back to probing, being like, oh shit, this has failed. He puts down a gateway and two gases. Printf has really dropped the ball here. But, I mean, shout out to Potatos, who's actually pulled a good number of SCVs. A lot of people don't. Is blocking the key areas where he knows the cannons and the wall-off could go up. He's chasing with some of the SCVs. This is great micro from Potatos. And, oh! When life gives you a dirty cannon rusher, make a good defense with your drills. Make a good defense. He's got to be careful. Still got to kill that probe. He does get it. The SCV even confirms the kill there. Marines are on the way. A great hold. He's up a few workers. His orbital's finished. He can start dropping mules. Does he go for a quick command center or a quick factory and the counter aggression? What does he focus on? We're going to see a lot about this Terran's mindset. And command center. So he wants to play a very standard follow-up. Probably get a reactor there. Yeah, I like that. I mean, it's still a good position. I feel you get bonus points if you actually go across and block their expansion with a bunker and put a marine in it. I think that's just, it really forces the Protoss to continue their cheesy shenanigans rather than transition into the later ones. Oh, a question there about my internet from Deathbane. So I just moved house, for those who don't know. We will be bringing back the webcam in the near future for the in-game casts, but it just looks a bit shitty without the green screen. I feel like it takes up a bit too much space. So we're keeping it off. And Deathbane says, hey, how are you liking the LBN? It's actually totally fine. It's been very consistent. It's not quite as fast as my old fiber to the premises Kevin Rudd old school original NBN that I had that I'd moved into Lidcom for, but I'm getting pretty consistently about 65, 30 or 35 up. So 65 Mbps down, set 30 to 35 up. For those who don't know, that's pretty good internet. I'm dropping barely any frames every day, which is fantastic. It's making me very happy. It hasn't really cut out yet at all. I've dropped 0.1% frames today. I used to drop almost none, but it is good enough internet, thankfully, and supposedly a less congested network, since it's basically a private version of fiber internet that a lot of new buildings are getting put on. It was around before the NBN, so that's why. Is this a fleet beacon? Guys, what the fuck is Printf doing? What is this? Is he going one base charge zealot off 2-gate and a carrier or a Tempest? What? Potatos. Oh, his SCV scout goes down. So Potatos is playing totally standard. He's like second barracks, stim, get some tanks for safety, a bunker. We don't know what's happening. I do think he should be dropping scans or sending SCVs around. The problem is, even if he scans, he's not going to see this. And I don't know if it's a carrier, a Tempest. There's something weird. For those who don't know, you're like, why isn't he expanding? This is so dumb. Printf has a rule, and that is one base or die trying. He thinks that if you are going for an expansion, it's an excuse to not simply get better at winning on one base. There is a reason this man opens with Cannon Rush, and then he says, no, the best follow-ups are really aggressive, in your face, F up the game, and continue to F up the game and kill your opponent. And I'm always like, he always comes in my channel when I'm cannon rushing. Printf materializes. I don't know if he lurks a lot, has it in the background while he's working. But whenever I do cannon rush, Printf appears in chat. I look at it. I've started an expansion. I'm going up to 2 bases or 3 bases. And he's just there in chat. And he's like spitting on the ground. He's like, you disgust me. He's like, Pig, I've told you so much about cannon rushing. What the hell is that in your natural? And I'm like, oh, this is a Nexus and some probes. And he's like, it's disgusting. Put it away. How dare you? Oh, the scan. He says no expand, but he doesn't see the carrier. Is he going to wait for 2? He's got his Stargate selected. He needs 250 gas. Yeah. He's like, yeah, we're just going to keep making Zealots. And we're going to have a 2 carrier charge Zealot timing attack. Watch this. 250 gas. Bam! Starts up, and he's going to put all of his Chronos into that as well. Oh my god, he's going to do a 2 carrier, like 14 Zealot attack. This is so silly. It's amazing. Now, I think enough Marines is all you need to hold this. And with 2 barracks, you're great. You've got a bunker in the main just for safety, because Patados doesn't know what's going on. It's like, what is this? It has a turret, a bunker. I mean, surely there's no way to die here, right? As long as you make combat shields, you're making medevacs, a few medevacs for healing, combat shields, you're making +1 weapons. You've got such a massive economy lead. I guess the only downside is things like +1 probably not going to be ready in time. This extra gas, not ready in time, right? This turret won't really help. Neither will that bunker or the siege tanks. They're really not what you want. You want just Marines. So more barracks, more Marines is really the key. But you can see Patados feels safe and is just kind of going to the next step. Combat shields is on the way, which is important, but is missing a little bit of Marine production. Only 1 Marine at a time. And here we go. It's time. Failed cannon rush into 12 Zealots, 2 Stalkers, and 2 Carriers. This is the dumbest shit I've ever seen. And it's also the most glorious shit. This should be an easy hold, I think. But the problem is, if the Marines don't have shields, there's a hole in the wall. If the Zealots can get on top of the Marines and pull tank splash into the Marines, all you need to do is get the Marine count low enough that the carriers can kill everything else. If you get rid of the turret, the bunker, and most of the Marines, and then the carriers are on the production, you win the game. You can keep building interceptors on the front. We've already got 3 more Zealots that got warped in. A DT tried to follow it up as well. So even if this doesn't work, he's always got another layer of bullshit underneath the bullshit. You think, oh, you think this is where this shit stops? No, not at all. Okay, he gets the bunker and the turret on their own. Now the Marines have started stepping down. They are going to do pretty well. They clear those Zealots so fast. But they're dying at the same time. Now, is there enough left to take down the carriers is the question. He's going to try and focus on the carrier, and that's an overextension. He damages the carrier, but that's not what you're meant to do with Marines. You need to try to fight the interceptors and pull back. What's he gonna do now? He's only got 3-4 Marines building at a time. He's trying to build turrets. He needs to get Marines in the bunker. Oh my god, the Marine dies before he can get in the bunker. The turret's going down. And the 2 carriers, this is exactly it. The tanks don't help. And once the anti-air goes down, he thought he had to get down there to save his SCVs. He stimmed his Marines in the front of the fight, thinking, I gotta save my boys, I gotta save my front. But that actually baited them out into the open. They fought the Zealots. The carriers cleared them out. Now, I actually think he should stay up here with the interceptors. But he's being a bit overly... I think he should have killed that SCV, that turret, maybe even fought the bunker. Kills a few more Marines over here. He's going to take out the turret. But you can see his interceptor count. He loses a few interceptors there. Now he's going to go above the mineral line. Ooh, okay, but he's got to watch out. The Marines are going to come for him. Oh, he's very low. Oh, and there was a Viking there as well as the Marines. I think one of those carriers is going to go down. Yeah, 1 carrier falls. I think the other one might fall as well. Oh, the Marines are dying. The Marines are dying. He's going to start focus firing the Vikings there with the carrier. Marine goes down. Viking. Mass repair. The drilly boys. Oh my god. They all reach up simultaneously, drill the crotch of that Viking, and somehow it stops it getting torn apart by interceptors. There's more Zealots here trying to create chaos. There's a lot of scan energy, and there's 2 missile turrets. I don't think this is enough. He's got DTs coming in, but there's missile turrets there. I guess if he keeps him off the expansion, it can work. But keep in mind, Printf is running out of minerals on 1 base. These Zealots get wrecked in the choke point. 3 Zealots for 1 Marine, not a good trade. At this point, he's got to hide the DTs, and I think he's got to be really patient. I think he's actually got to try and get Patados to move out, but... Or did he just drop mules? Ooh, he does a scan, loses 1 tank, and uses his last scan. Quickly builds a turret down here. The other DTs are coming in, but I don't think you can win, man. Surely not. The Terran's got 2 bases of mining. There's a new turret coming up. There's no way. Oh, he's going for the tanks now, interestingly. Yeah, another scan comes down. The turret's now ready. I think he's done it. I think Patados has held on, guys. What a silly build. Printf, of course, still not expanding. but long distance mining is natural. This is a very Printf maneuver. He is the OG king of cannons for a reason. It's because he's a madman. Now, I think at this point, the only way you win... No, there's no way you could fight that, surely. Okay, stims forward, one Archon already gone. I think it's just a bit too much. The Archons get focused down. Zealots come forward, but good stutter step. Patados with some good micro. And it looks like he's going to be able to seal the deal. Printf there. Almost. Almost. People in chat were giving me shit, by the way, guys. They said, no way to die here unless... Pig, you know that's going to happen. No, I don't. Because I make sure all of these cheesy bastards that send me replays send in a fair number of losses. So I don't know if it's going to be a win or a loss. And that was a good surprise. I was like, oh, dude, I think it's working. I do think maybe he could have busted the bunker. I think maybe... GG, well played, though. That was awesome. Getting carried is what he called that game. If you guys are enjoying that, I think opening up and expanding your brain to what can be done on one base. Bit of a messed up cannon rush, but an awesome follow-up. GG, well played, Printf. If you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and consider checking out and supporting the Patreon. The link is down below in the description. We'll see you in the next video. Goodbye and good night.